you? Tell us your story.
My name is Henry Jekyll from the novel The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, published in 1886. I'm a doctor in London during the Victorian period.
So let's talk about your novel. Could you describe briefly the main elements that allow us to attribute this story to the Gothic literature?
To be sure, the setting where the narration takes place has a strong Gothic connotation. London alleys are portrayed at night as dark, dreadful streets. The city reflects the evil. Secondly, the whole novel is focused on the wicked mystery that my friend Utterson has to solve. Finally, the outcome of my experiment has reached and overcome the limits of the supernatural. Thanks to the drug I invented, I was able to separate human to nature.
On this matter, excuse me if I interrupt you, Dr. Jekyll, there is something I need to get off my chest. This interview is addressed just to evil characters, but to be fair, you don't look like one. And yet, why am I speaking to you?
I had a large fortune, a healthy body, and I was hardworking. However, by nature, I also had an impatient side, which I was afraid to show to people. I had double life, both sides of me were sincere. My dream was that each part could be a separated identity. In this way, life would be much easier. The evil side could continue to the bad without guilt, while the good side could continue to the path of good with no temptation from the evil side. When I looked at the ugly deformed figure in the mirror, I felt no disgust, but more a sense of welcome because this person was also me. The potion that transformed me in Hyde seems to change. I was losing control over my nature and completely destroyed the balance of my soul.
Good evening. Tonight we have a new host. Sir, would you introduce yourself to us?
I'm Dr. Frankenstein from Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein,
Why are you so upset?
because it is all my fault.
What are you feeling guilt about?
I'm feeling guilty because I was the one who made the monster. Because I am the one who tried to overcome God's rule by creating life.
So, would you define your character as evil?
Before I was just a regular scientist with a desire that seemed unattainable of defeating death and discovering the key of immortality. I've dedicated my entire life to this end. When I knew that I was capable of such a thing, I started to change and let the wickedness take possession of me.
Reading your story, you don't seem a bad person. Ambitions seem your only weakness.
Ambition was made me a great scientist. It's hubris that makes my character a bad one. I knew that one day or another, my excessive pride towards God would have come after me. The punishment came with the monster. What I thought was my amazing success became my ruin.
Wasn't he the one that scared everyone and killed the people you love?
I remember all the things he did.
After what you did you still blame yourself?
He was an outcast. He found himself in a life he didn't want. He was created, welcomed, and then rejected by people that didn't try to help him entering society. But fear is imperfection. He was good, but after they treated him as a monstrous and soulless creature, he turned to the dark side.
Good evening. Today I'm your interviewer. I would like to ask you some questions regarding your character in the novel of Anne Radcliffe, The Mysteries of the Castle of Udolpho. First of all, what's your name?
Good evening, I'm the magnificent Count Montoni. I deceive others by impersonating an Italian nobleman. In fact, Madame Chiron, Emily's aunt, fell in love with me, or rather, I fell in love with her money.
What is exactly your role in the novel?
In this novel, I'm the ideal Gothic villain, shifty, selfish, intimidating. In fact, in order to inherit Madame Chiron's fortune, I married her and then imprisoned her with her niece.
Towards the close of day, the sun has just sunk below the top of the mountains. Its last rays touch the summits of the forest and spread upon the towers of a castle. Even though the castle is now lighted up by the setting sun, the Gothic greatness of its features and its moldering walls of dark grey stone rendered it a gloomy and sublime object.
This is Udolpho, my castle.
Well, I can notice that you are really attached to money. Moreover, it's clear that this novel belongs to the Gothic genre, but besides your Gothic villain character, are there any other elements which defines this genre?
Well, of course I'm the main element, but there is another one, which is the setting, which is dark and supernatural, so in this way the characters are filled with emotions of terror.
Okay, that's enough for today. Thank you very much, sir. Hope to see you again.
Is everything okay? It seems like you've seen a ghost.
Yes, I'm fine. It was just a nightmare. I'm not comfortable with this situation.
Right. Every day Berta is stranger than the day before. This is not healthy for my daughter.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, tell me anything.
Berta scares me.
Oh, poor Jane. Poor orphan girl. Rose by her terrible aunt and her daughter. She never felt at peace. Not even in the charity school where she was given an education. All her life she's been tormented by the death of her best friend. And since the beginning of the story, it's clear how strong she is. That despite everything she went through, she still fights for her happy ending. And in the end, we arrive here at Mr. Rochester mansion, where Jane arrives full of hopes, oh dear, not knowing what awaits her. Let's say that Jane's story is a perfectly Gothic story, as can be seen by the gloomy atmosphere that surrounds the whole story, as can be seen by this scene.